Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Teresa, and I was about to say that I do like pregnancy updates, but that's not true. I just haven't done a sit down in a long time. But I do a lot of fitness content lately, and I'm not a like fitness guru. I just love to run and I love to exercise because it's so good for your mind, body, and soul. But yeah, that's who I am, and today I am just talking about my first trail half marathon. So I actually recorded this last night, but I was not ready at all. And Jaden was right here playing around, and then she started crying, and it was just like this big thing. So I'm just gonna re-record it. It was still good footage, but I think I'll be more organized right now. So John has her and we're all good. So basically I did my first trail half marathon on September 28th, and today is the 4th, October 4th. So I did it about a week ago from tomorrow, 6 days ago. And I just wanted to talk about my experience. So I had done a regular half marathon 2 weeks prior, a little less than 2 weeks prior, and that went amazingly. I had such a blast. I couldn't have asked for anything better. And then my friend and I decided, we're both moms, and our kids, right, it's so crazy to say, like our kids, our babies, but yeah, they are about less than a month apart, which is wild. But we just decided we're actually during like a story time one week, because we go to story time with our babies and stuff. We just were like talking about this half marathon, and we're like, should we do it? Let's do it. And she had not run anything longer than 6 miles at this point, and I had just finished mine like at that time. It was like a week ago or something like that. So we were both just like, should we do it? Okay, let's do it. And so it's nice to have like adventurous spirits in my life. It's awesome. So we just decided to sign up, and I was going into this just having a goal to just finish, because it's a trail half marathon. So it's completely different than just a regular one. But basically the way that it's set up is it incorporates 5K and 10K into the half marathon trail, like into its whole like system. So it's basically the same kind of loop, same kind of route. So 5K and 10K, there was paved ground, like just like what you would drive on, and then there was like dirt road. So that was about 7 miles of dirt road, paved road, and then there was the rest, like another, I would say like 3 miles in the mountains, like hiking up. So if you can imagine going from just running normally, and you already get tired out like after 7 miles, like your legs are kind of dead. That's a long run. And then hiking up, like I am not even kidding. My elevation gain, I had my Garmin on, it said it was close to 3,000. It was like 2,600 and something feet of elevation gain, which is crazy. So I did it though. So basically the race started at 8:30, which I think is, which kind of bring me to something hilarious, was when I first started running, it was like in country roads too. It was a very beautiful city in Colorado, and Beulah, Colorado. And we were running, and there was a sheep, because this is like, I'm saying, it's like country road, and this sheep was like bucking people, I guess you can say, like ramming people. And I was like, oh my goodness, I was like, please sheep, because I could see like in the distance this little sheep bucking people in front of me that were like ahead of me in the race. And I was so nervous that it was going to try to like ram me, because it's my first half marathon. I was like, please just don't touch me. So I saw him bucking people. I was like, oh please. And so then he came up to me, because he had just got done messing with those people. He came up to me, I was like, please just go away, just so you're okay, like you're fine. And he did. He went away, and I was like, oh, thank the Lord, because it was my first time ever doing a trail, and I was like, please just let's make this as seamless as possible. He had the same idea. So yeah, so then I carried on my merry little way, and that was like the first couple of miles. It was pretty easy as far as like going up and downhill. It was a ton of like elevation gain, but I train that way. So around our neighborhood is a bunch of hills that I just like go up and down like solo, and then with Jaden in the stroller. So she's like 22 pounds now, so I've had a lot of practice going up and downhill. It's very strenuous, but I do it. And so that was like easy peasy. And then I just like was in my head for a while. I was in my head thinking like, what I get myself into, like I'm tired, because Jaden was up all night teething the night before, but then she relaxed because we finally decided to give her a little bit of baby Tylenol, and so she chilled, and that helped a lot because she was like screaming in pain. She's like getting her bottom 2 teeth, and then I'm pretty sure like the one next to it, like 3 of them at a time. One day they'll come in, she still doesn't have teeth, but she's been teething. And so I was just like in my head during this half marathon at the beginning, just like, what am I thinking? Like, why am I putting myself through more like strenuous training and like doing all these things? And then I got to like the mountain part, and I decided to like change my mindset, because I was like, this is gorgeous. I'm used to hiking every Monday with my friends in Utah when we did live in Utah. Okay, so yeah, so I'm used to hiking all the time, like every Monday in Utah when we did live in Utah. So it was just like easy for me to just be up in the mountain hiking, like really steep terrain. I was just kind of used to it. So, and I had done a lot of training, like I'm saying, like I train on up and down hills, and then I just had done a half marathon, so like the distance wasn't a big deal for me. So basically when I got up into the mountain, I was like by myself, because it's just kind of like how it like spaced itself out. There wasn't a lot of people with you, and it was a single track trail, so just enough for one person, and I didn't really see many people up there. And I was just hoping I didn't get lost. I was just like, please don't get lost, please don't get lost. And I looked around, and there was a ton. They did an amazing job at putting like pink little ribbons on the trees so that we can just know where to go. So I didn't get lost. There were a couple of times where I was like, oh wait, is it this way? Is it this way? And I had to like ask for help, like, hey, did they go this way? And they're like, yeah, just keep going. So I did like loop, kind of, not all the way, but I looped at some points where I was just like thinking they went another way and whatever, but it wasn't like a total all around loop. So I didn't get lost, which is awesome. That was like my biggest fear, to be lost in a mountain. But the volunteers are incredible, and they did an amazing job at keeping track of everybody. As we were running by, they were like marking off on their papers, I think at like the steepest part of the hike, just to make sure that everyone was accounted for. And yeah, after or during the mountain part, that was just like the most beautiful, serene meditation for me, because I was listening to one of my favorite DJs, Jaws, and I was listening to his live set, and then Baby Shark came on, and I started crying. It was just like such a beautiful, sentimental moment, and just looking around at the trees. I have a very short clip that I will insert here. Somewhere. So yeah, it was so beautiful, so serene, so incredible. And then after I hiked through the mountain, got down to the bottom, and the beautiful volunteers, they're like, it's almost pretty much downhill from here. There's still a little bit of hiking, but pretty much downhill. So there was a little bit of uphill, but nothing compared to the mountain. So I just kept running, and the more volunteers were like, all right, you're almost there. So it was mile like 11, I think, where it was just, again, just the road, the paved roads, and I just kept running and running, and it was just so beautiful. And I finally got to the end, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I did this, like something that I didn't even like. It was my very first trail, and I thought that like my trail run, my trail half marathon, and I thought that I couldn't complete that. Like I just wanted to finish. That was all I wanted to do. So I finally saw the end, and it was so beautiful. I ended in 2 hours and 13 minutes, which is pretty dang good, especially for my first one. And I got in 3rd place in my age division, which I'm so grateful for. Like that is insane. And my friend finished shortly after I did, like literally like 20 seconds after I did. Like they called her name and I was like, oh my gosh, like you are right there. So she finished, and then my other friend who literally decided in 10 days she wanted to do a half marathon, didn't even train at all. She finished later, and it was just so beautiful to see her cross the finish line, and it was just an amazing time. So I am just so grateful for friends that just want to do adventurous things with you, and for trying new things, meeting new people, because 4 months ago I didn't know this beautiful group of people. I didn't have these beautiful, amazing friends that like moms and that also love to do what they were passionate about. So I encourage you, if you're thinking about it, to do a trail half or trail full. Like I haven't done a full marathon yet, but I'm going to. So any tips for a marathon, put them down below. And yes, guys, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think. And if you're training for everything, if you're training for everything, I mean life, am I right? But if you're training for anything, let me know down below. And you just have a beautiful day, guys. Peace, love, and blessings. See you later.